So one of the things that I really struggled with as a serial entrepreneur for the past couple of years was this thing that I feel like a lot of you guys will understand. I feel like a lot of you guys will identify with it, and that is workaholism. Right? There's an addiction to working more, working harder, hustling harder, because that's what everyone says, right? When you are an entrepreneur and you talk to other entrepreneurs, or when you talk to mentors, or when you talk to, we go on social media, it's all about work harder to get whatever you want, right? If you want to have a successful business, what people are saying is you gotta work super hard to get to it, right? You gotta put in the hard work. Success don't come easy. If you're just gonna take a slow road, then it's not gonna come fast enough, right? And I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs go through what I feel like is so common, and that's workaholism. And I personally struggled with it for many years, even way before being an entrepreneur. If I think about my life, I used to work in advertising, I used to work in marketing, and that's an industry that is just pure workaholism, right? If you go into any advertising agency, and I was in one of the largest ad agencies, it's a huge brand name, everyone knows it. But if you go into any of these big ad agencies, or even the small ones, right? And the smaller ones or the big ones, they're kind of the same. They're like sweatshops, right? They make you work so hard because it's just part of the culture, the part of the advertising marketing culture. And so even way before I became an entrepreneur, I was all about working harder, workaholism, hustling harder, because in that instance I was trying to climb the corporate career, right? When I became an entrepreneur, it was about getting to my view of success, like what I thought of as success, faster, right? Financial rewards faster. I'm still pretty young. I'm like in my mid 30s. But I know, if I keep on continuing down this path of workaholism and working nonstop and working like 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day, sleeping little, eating badly and everything, eventually at some point in my life, it's going to catch up with me. Right. And so even if I were to have this beautiful business that's super successful in the eyes of everyone else, at some point, I may not even be able to run the business, right? I may not be able to enjoy the business. And so now we're in 2021, but it's not as though the problems that came with 2020 just miraculously went away. And when I reflect upon 2020 and what I've learned in that year and how it has helped me so much with dealing with workaholism, I kind of see that year as being this year of huge transformation just for me and my business, right? Even just to the point where now I have this brand new business. I'm talking about brand new stuff. I'm no longer teaching marketing. I'm no longer helping people with their marketing stuff, right? And that's a huge change, right? That takes a lot of courage and getting rid of a lot of fears around shit. I'm giving up literally all of my income because I'm no longer the marketing person. I'm no longer the person that does marketing stuff because of what happened in 2020. So I want to share what happened in 2020, and it's just something that I feel like a lot of people have gone through as well, right? With the whole lockdown and we are all stuck at home, I personally had this huge revelation around the way I was working for so many years as an entrepreneur, right? Being able to stay at home and not being able to go out and just having more time to myself to really think, to meditate. I realized that it was just not sustainable the way that I was trying to grow my business and run my business. I started to get really involved in trying to optimize my business, but in a way where it's not about optimizing my sales or optimizing my followers or optimizing my podcast listeners, but it's more of how can I optimize me as a person? How can I optimize me as an entrepreneur so that I can therefore optimize my business? It's got to start from me. As I was looking through how I wasn't optimizing myself, I could see so many clear flaws in the way I was running my business. And the biggest one being the workaholism. In the past, I would wake up, the first thing I would do, after taking a shower, I would jump right into my work. Work, lunch, work, dinner, work, and then I sleep. And I would do that like Mondays to Sundays, and I'll repeat, rinse and repeat. And it's fine for a while, right? The first year of entrepreneurship, you're excited, you're pumped up, you do it, you put in the hard work, you put in the long hours because that's what you've been told. The second year, you do it. Now comes the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year, the sixth year. This is like literally years in, right? I'm not a brand new entrepreneur. I've been doing this for a while. Once a couple of years go in, you're like, at which point do I start to take a step back and stop working in my business, right? Just working in my business all the time and just only doing the little things. And so that's what 2020 did for me. I took a step back so that I wasn't working in my business all the time. I realized that I was struggling with this addiction called workaholism. It is a real, true addiction that many entrepreneurs go through. Partly, I feel, stems from the mindset of being successful requires hard work. Earning money requires hard work. If you're not putting in the hard work, you're not going to earn the money. And that in itself is a limiting belief, right? Because it is not true. Because if hard work and time equates to more success and money, then honestly, if you were to look at people who build houses and build buildings and construction workers and people who work in like really tough manual labor jobs and they work like long hours, the jobs are really difficult and tiring. These are the people who should be earning like, they should be millionaires and billionaires, right? I mean, if we're talking about like hard work and time equals to money, that was one thing. Workaholism. I had to change that. I could not continue with that addiction of workaholism. 2021, came about, and as I was thinking about what is that one big word for my new year, I realized it's all about getting balance. Getting balance as an entrepreneur. And for me, the word balance, it means feeling in touch with your business, feeling in touch with your mental health, with your physical health, with your mindset, because those are key components to being a successful entrepreneur. It's not just about the strategies and the tactics on how to grow your email list, how to get more sales, how to sell on a webinar, how to grow your social media followers. I mean, those are important things that you have to do in a business, but they're not everything, right? It's not just all about that. And so what I realized was there are a couple of pillars, like a couple of main important pillars behind every successful entrepreneur. And that, like I mentioned, it involves the business know-how. You got to know how to run a business. You got to know the strategies and tactics, right? These are things you cannot run away from. But a lot of people also ignore the other key, pillars of being a successful entrepreneur. Your mindset. What you think about yourself, what you think about your business is so important. It really affects your success as an entrepreneur. How you view your self-worth and how you view how much or how great you're at your job affects how much you charge for what you do, what you sell, affects your bottom line, affects how hard you work and how much time and effort you think you need to put into something, who you think you deserve to partner with, who you think you deserve to work with. Do you deserve to be on a podcast episode or on this podcast show? Because, I'm not that good enough. Like, who am I to be on that podcast, right? Who am I to start a YouTube channel? Who am I to create a podcast, right? Those are thoughts that stop people from advancing, right? Getting more success. Those are the thoughts that keep you as a workaholic because you constantly believe that you gotta work harder, longer in order to become successful. And so the business is one, the mindset is one, and then the health is the next one. Now, I see health as two types of health, the physical health and the mental health. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with mental health issues. Things like depression, right? It's not commonly spoken about because there's a lot of shame around it. There's a lot of shame around depression. There's a lot of shame around not being able to cope, right? Cope. I'm doing this air quote thing. Not being able to cope with the stress of running a business, the stress of managing a team, the stress of scaling, the stress of launching, right? It's like as though there's this pressure by the external world, by your peers, that we gotta be so good at everything. And so a lot of entrepreneurs go through a lot of mental health issues, especially online entrepreneurs. We work online, we work from home. Even before the pandemic, we were pretty much just alone. We were like, just like in our little cubicle in our house by ourselves, very much in isolation, trying to build our business, trying to build our vision by ourselves. And so with that comes a lot of mental health issues that is often not talked about, not addressed. And for me, that's a huge pillar. And then another part of health is the physical health, right? Your actual physical health. How healthy are you, right? I'm not even talking about like, the standards of beauty, right? Where, how thin or whatever. It's not about that. It's about how healthy are you, right? Because you can be thin and skinny in the eyes and in like how the world views beauty, but if your health isn't good, who cares, right? Because what we're trying to build here, or what I hope you're trying to build here, is a sustainable business. Now, it's really hard to have a sustainable business if you are sick all the time, if you got to deal with chronic illnesses. The physical health is one huge aspect of entrepreneurship that we don't talk about at all. Let's take a step back and not look at health from just only the viewpoint of, oh, I've gained weight, I gotta lose weight. Because again, as entrepreneurs, being workaholics, a lot of us are workaholics. A lot of us struggle with workaholism. We spend every single waking hour on our business versus saying, hey, let me just take 30 minutes out of my day to go work out or just to move, right? Just go for a walk, go for a run. Just taking some time out of my day to go focus on my health. Taking some time out of my busy day to go focus on my mindset. What is that? What could that be, right? That could be doing EFT tapping. That could be, breath work. That could be a simple meditation, just sitting there and not thinking about work. And so for me, those are the three core pillars of entrepreneurship. Your business know-how, understand your basics, the fundamentals of running a business. Your mindset, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about your self-worth, about what you believe about what you can achieve, what are your limitations around money, around success, and then your health, your physical health, and your mental health. Now, I am super excited to announce this thing that I'm launching right now as part of the Mindfield community and as part of the Mindfield Entrepreneur podcast. We're going to run a 24-day experiment called Balance in Your Business 24-day experiment. For 24 days, we'll be working on your mindset. We'll be working on your health, your mental health, your physical health, and we'll also be working on your business know-how. So things like how to automate better, how to sell better, how to sell with ease, how to package your things with integrity, how to deal with adrenal stress, chronic stress. What can you do in the morning for your breakfast, your routines, and all that stuff. And the reason why I call it an experiment is because what if we were to commit for 24 days, focusing on our business knowledge, focusing on our mindset, and focusing on our health? How will that impact our life and how will that impact our business? So I want to ask you to join me for Balance in Your Business 24-day experiment. I've invited 7 other people, experts in the fields of business, in the fields of mindset, in the fields of health, to join me. So there's a total of 8 of us, 8 experts, teaching you, guiding you for 24 days. I really want to see you guys, online entrepreneurs, start to move away from workaholism and start to get balance into your day. And it's really hard to get balance into your day if you don't know where to start, right? If you don't have that push to start. And so when I'm running this 24-day experiment, what I'm trying to do is to get you to say, hey, let's take your first step together towards getting balance in your day, together as a community. You and everyone else will sign up for it. Let's come together. Let's start on the same day. And for 24 days, we'll work on our mindset, we'll work on our health, we'll work on our business. At the end of it, how great and how awesome we'll feel. So right now, you can sign up for the 24-day experiment on our website at mindfieldcommunity.com/balance experiment. But I also have a free book for you. I originally thought of it as part of like a bonus for joining this experiment. However, now I'm going to give it away for free for a week. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I've taken all the tips that these experts have shared and I put them into a book. Now, for some of you, you might be okay just reading a book and you might be able to just take the book and read the tips and absorb the tips and apply it on your own. And you can get the book at mindfieldcommunity.com/balance book. I'm going to have all these links on the show notes. I'm going to have the links in the description as well. But this book is great for those of you who just want to read about it. Now, I know myself and I know a lot of entrepreneurs, we very often just consume content, but we don't actually action on it. And this is where I want to invite you to join us for the experiment. You can read all the stuff in the book. The book is free. Go download it. But if you want help to actually action on it, right? If you want to actually see the experts teaching you and showing you the things that they're talking about, the tips and advice on business, mindset, and health, then I want to invite you to join us for the 24-day experiment. Right now, it's only $22. It's only $22 for the early bird registration. And the reason why I kept it so affordable is because I want all of you guys, as many people as possible, to join the experiment and make this the first ever, largest online experiment that combines business, mindset, and health. And together as a community, we come together and we see how can working on our business, our mindset, and our health for 24 days actually impact our lives and impact our business success. So I want to invite you guys, again, go over to mindfieldcommunity.com/balance experiment to join the experiment, or go to mindfieldcommunity.com/balance book to download the free book. But either way, I'm just super excited to continue to support you in getting balance into your day. And once you join the experiment or once you download the book, comment below or tag us on Instagram and let us know that you've joined it, you've downloaded the book, and now you're a part of it, because I just cannot wait to welcome you in it. All right, so I appreciate your time today, and I will speak to you soon.